It really is that damn phone. I know a lot of you guys out there have been feeling the same thing recently, but we're just so totally consumed by our phones nowadays, by social media, by social standing, social proof, how many followers you have, how many views your TikTok videos get, what type of like productivity thing that you're doing in this hustle culture. So like, do you have an online business? Are you drop shipping? And things just aren't the same anymore. I feel like ever since what happened in 2020 when we were social distancing, we never really got that in-person connection back again. So a lot of us are actually still in 2024 social distancing. Through our phones, we've moved and kind of shifted to this online world. I like to call it the 4D. So regular life is what we call 3D, walking through the world, interacting with people, going outside, being in nature. That's in the 3D. But what the 4D is, how I explain it to people, is basically the new age of what's going to be happening is we're going to be living in a digital world, and we already basically are. If you're not on social media, so say for example, if you're not posting on your Instagram, you're not posting on your Snap or TikTok, well, what happens? A lot of times people will be like, yo, like, is everything okay? Like, I haven't been seeing you posting. A lot of times, like, for example, even for you, think about it. If somebody that you know that you follow on Instagram stops posting stories, they start posting feed posts, then what happens? Pretty soon and pretty quickly, you actually forget about them. Now, maybe if you see this person in everyday life, like you go to school with them or you work together, it's a little bit different. But say like a friend that you don't really live around anymore, if they stop posting, you kind of just stop thinking about them. Even though you guys are still friends or you might be family members, it's almost like if you're not posting in the digital world, you're not alive to the world anymore. You're not alive anymore. So really just like a phone addiction, it's the new mental illness. If you guys don't know, this channel is a supplement channel, and I do post a lot about natural remedies, things that can help you, natural supplements that can help you like calm down or be more motivated. But I've just been researching a lot, and I've found out that a lot of people are on like antidepressants. A lot of people are looking for content like that. A lot of people are looking up a lot of content about antidepressants. Why? Because they're depressed in their everyday life. Everyday life is just you're drowned out every day with just so much content that you consume. You know what's crazy? So many people wake up in the morning, and what's the first thing that they do? Now, when I wake up in the morning, I try to pray, stretch, whatever, but I'm even prone to doing it sometimes too. You wake up out of your bed in the morning, you roll over, and you grab your phone, and you look at your messages, you look at who texted you, you look at your Instagram, you look at some stories real quick to see what people are posting. And it's like, why do we do that? There's not really a reason for it. We think that if we don't do it right away when we wake up, that we'll be missing out. It's like the FOMO, the fear of missing out, whatever, of like what happened during that time while you were sleeping. But if the first thing you do, and I'm guilty of it too sometimes, if the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is check your phone, you are just spiking your cortisol so much, you're spiking your emotions so much, you're immediately getting into like a emotional and basically like a stress state. Because you guys know as well too, those messages and notifications that you get in the morning, they're almost never good. It's almost like never really like any good news or any great news. A lot of times it's just like, oh, well, this is going on in the world right now. There's this war happening, and these children are starving over here, or there's this natural disaster that's about to come. And it's kind of like how the news, how, you know, young people, I'm 24, I'm Gen Z, we don't watch the news. Why? Because the news is trash. They only talk about bad things. The news posts bad tragedies on purpose because it gets people emotional, and people like that more than good news and like good things that happen like in the world or in the community. Social media is no different. That's why you have kids running around doing all these things, doing such like nasty and crazy things that they would never dare to do in real life. But now, since we're consumed by the social media and content culture, you have kids walking up to people and pranking them, walking up, like you have like the whole YN trend, like, them young boys, whatever. They'll like roll up on you and like put their hands in their pants like they're gonna pull out like a piece on you or something. And people doing all these crazy things because they want the social media clout. They want the social media fame off of it. But we live in a world where people are so obsessed by numbers, they'll do anything to get it. They'll crash out. They'll do something that will actually could get them in a lot of trouble. Imagine if like somebody walked up to you, whatever, and they went like this, and you were armed, and just for your own self-protection, you actually did something to them. then look, a whole bunch of people's worlds are changed. Their worlds changed forever because they got deleted, and your world's changed forever because you might get in trouble and you gotta get police involved, this and that. So basically social media just has warped everybody's mind. Even just like people being so just like nasty and stuff nowadays. Like young people walk up to other folks and ask like a shorty like, oh, is it pink? Like, what are you doing asking a woman, like an actual woman, is it pink? Like, are you not ashamed at all? Do you not have any shame in that? What happened to where before in the past you had to like go up to a girl and if you liked her you would spit game? Now it's like you go up and ask her, is it pink? Like, are you serious? Like, my goodness, like a lot of people deserve to get slapped nowadays. It's like people don't have any fear anymore. It's like no shame. So it really is that phone that's just altering your perception. Do you guys remember back in the day when you were a kid and your parents literally had to like tell you, hey, be back in before the street lights come on, because you wanted to be outside? So badly we wanted to be outside. So badly we wanted to do things. Like, I remember for me, I had this one tree in my neighborhood when I was a kid, and I would try to climb that tree every day. Now I'm surrounded by trees, and I haven't tried to climb a tree in years, and some people might say it's like, oh, you're not a kid anymore, and that's why. But it's not really the reason why. We're so just obsessed with these things right here. We always keep them with us that like nothing else really is as dopamine spiking as that. Like, phones are literally mini casinos that we all keep in our pockets. Like, those things are literally bred from the colors to the sounds to how you swipe through things. They're bred to keep you addicted to it, to keep us addicted to it. But we don't see that a lot of times. We see it as like, okay, don't get me wrong, we have so much more knowledge than history has ever had in our pockets, but has it really been to our benefits? Like, are you really learning anything from that every day? Yeah, you might think that you're learning or you're like being productive scrolling through TikTok and you see people talk about, oh, how do you be a millionaire, or this is how you do that, this is how you gain wealth, or do this and that. Like, but a lot of times we're not actually retaining anything. It's like you scroll through TikTok and you think that you're learning something because it might be like productive content, or you watch productive YouTube videos like self-help, self-improvement. But if you're not actually going out there and doing the work, you're not actually gaining anything from this social media and phone addiction that you have. So I don't know, it's just, it feels like things have changed a lot. I'm trying to adapt and in a way save myself in this age, because although I am, you know, in LA, I live in Los Angeles, California, I live in a content house with 4 other influencers, and we are doing the social media thing. Like, the thing that I'm telling you to try to stay away from, I'm actually adding towards it myself. Like, I understand the value of social media content and becoming like an influencer or whatever, but I don't know, I'm conflicted sometimes. Like, I don't know, it's like where everything is moving towards, but I feel so much better when I'm not on social media. I feel so much better when I'm not on my phone. So comment down below, what do you guys think about this? Like, is it actually like to our benefit? Is it to our detriment? I don't know. If you guys like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on post notifications, because I post videos like this every single day. And if this video resonated with you, check out this video about why Gen Z isn't dating anymore. I love you guys, and I'll speak with you very soon. I'll see you tomorrow.